Did you see how we did that in a completely historically informed fashion? We even got the wind blowing so that it would be just like being on the Thames. We're musicians trying not to have the music blow away. So we're delighted. So, the thing that I think we are by far the most excited about this particular water music tour, as I think was mentioned, the orchestra did a tour like this back in 2017 down the canal from Albany to Buffalo to celebrate the beginning of the bicentennial of the Erie Canal, thanks to our dear friends at Canals and others at the Canal Corporation, New York State Canal Corporation. And we wanted very much to do something even more special this summer to celebrate the completion of the canal 8 years later. And so in discussions with our dear friends from Canals, two of whom are sitting right in front of me, Rebecca and Angeline, we decided we really wanted to celebrate this idea of more voices. We wanted to do something that would be about including all sorts of people and ideas and communities that perhaps have been left out of, or maybe not, whose stories have not been well enough told in the traditional histories of the canal, of our great state of New York, and of our great country. And so in each community, we wanted to identify something special about that community and amplify it. For example, tomorrow night we'll be in Seneca Falls, just down the road, and we'll be playing a concert celebrating the history of womanhood along the canals and through New York State. We're doing a whole celebration of Mohawk culture in Fort Plain the next night, and then ending up with a whole celebration of Black culture in Schuylerville, New York on the 6th Sunday. And Utica immediately became so clear to us what we wanted to do. As you all know, and I only discovered this in the last year, and I've now told everybody I know, Utica is the culinary capital of North America. You have the greatest food culture of any mid-sized city I've ever been to in the world. Why? Of course it is because you have been such a welcoming, inclusive community over the last, well, more than 50 years, hundreds of years, kind of forever. You've welcomed refugees and immigrants from all around the world. And not only made them feel at home, but have allowed them to help Utica become an incredibly rich, diverse, beautiful, multifaceted community. And that is your secret superpower. I don't know if it's that secret, but that is definitely your superpower. And so in Utica, we wanted to commission, in each of our communities, we're commissioning a new work. And I personally am so excited about this message of Utica to us, all of us, and of this piece that celebrates that. We asked Cristian Quiñones, a wonderful Puerto Rican-born composer currently living and finishing his doctorate in New Jersey at Princeton, to create a piece, and this is what Cristian did. So I'm going to invite Cristian up to introduce his piece, and then we will then give the world premiere of this amazing work of, by, and about your great city.
Hello. First of all, I just want to say thank you so much for having us. This is incredible, to be here and see all of this coming together. As David mentioned, we started this project a couple of months ago and he's not lying when he was like, oh my God, you need to come to Utica. This is such an incredible city. The food is absolutely incredible, just insane. And we just had that idea of let's do a piece based on Utica. Let's use somehow the food. But when I came here for a couple of months ago for 2 visits, we visited a couple of people in the community, and what we found was one of the most welcoming communities that I've ever encountered. People were so giving, not only with their time, but they also welcomed us in their restaurants, at their homes, and also extremely giving even with food. They fed us some of the most incredible food that I've ever had, honestly, and it's just was such a privilege, honestly. But also, I think the thing that touched me the most was how giving they were with their stories. And this is what this piece is about. It's a piece about food, but ultimately it's about the stories of the people that we met here in Utica. So for everyone that welcomed us. It was so many people, so everyone that talked to us. Thank you so much. All of your contributions made it in some kind of way into the piece. Tonight you're going to be hearing from a few of the people that we talked to that were incredibly generous to like come here and narrate some of the aspect of the piece. And one last thing that I want to mention, pay close attention in this piece to the percussion. You're going to hear some usual like kitchen utensils used as percussion. So our wonderful percussionist Mark is going to be playing some pots and pans over there, like literally some pots and pans percussion instrument, mortar and pestle, both a wooden one and a stone one, and molcajete. You're going to hear some, I'll leave that one as a surprise, you'll see it. And rain stick, which symbolizes the sound of rice. So again, thank you so much to everyone that we talked to, and just this whole city of Utica for your incredible kindness and welcoming to everyone here. And of course, thank you to Albany Symphony.
Good evening. My name is Merciha Omragic. I was born in Bosnia and I came to Utica in 1994. I went back to Bosnia after 2 years living here in the United States because I couldn't fit in here. I thought if I went back to my country, I would feel better. Unfortunately, the war just ended and life in Bosnia was not like it was before. My grandma was encouraging me all the time to go back to the United States, and she told me, Merciha, you have to understand, you don't live for the people, you live for yourself. Your goals are for your own, not other people's goals. Why did your mother go to America? I said, because of us. She wanted to give us a better future. And she said, and where are you now? Back to Bosnia? Listen, I love you, and I'm so happy to see you and have you here. But she's your mother. She is my child. She left me to take care of her children, and you are back here for what? How long does Bosnia need to get to where it was? She said, Merciha, you have 2 ears for a reason, to listen and to let out people's words that hurt you. Don't put their words into your heart. If you put their words into your heart, people will own you. Put your head up and go back to your mom and your sister. Make your goals and dreams come true.
Reina. I was born in the Dominican Republic, and I came to Utica about 5 years ago. The first thing that I cooked was rice and beans at home, helping my mom but it was a long process. We planted and harvested the rice at home. We would put it under the sun to dry it. And then we will put it in a large mortar. From there, I will pound and crush the rice. Shake it, clean it, and only after all that was done, we will finally start cooking.
Flor Pilar de Colombia me contó lo siguiente. La piedra. Tienes que ir al río por una buena piedra. Vas al río a escoger tu propia piedra. Escoges la piedra que necesitas en la cocina. Tiene que ser un buen tamaño, ser un poco redonda y estar afilada para majar. Y solo cuando se rompa, vas al río a escoger una nueva piedra que sea especial. Una piedra que sea para ti. Flor Pilar from Colombia told me this. The stone. You have to go to the river for a good stone. You go to the river to gather your own stone. You choose the stone that you need in the kitchen. It needs to be a good size, round, and with a good edge to crush. And only when it breaks, you go back to the river and choose a stone that is special, a stone that is for you.